I promise. Yep. Far away.
Okay, when you're getting ready to record,
Yes.
And throughout your hit career and everything, how do you decide, or how did Mutt Lange decide when the take was the right one?
How would Mutt decide whether the take was the right one? It was kind of weird actually, because a lot of the time he'd make you do it and you'd think, oh, he's just getting me to get it right, and it wasn't. It was just a feel thing, you know. And back then we wasn't as experienced as like we are now, so it's all about feel. It's all about feel. So even if you make a cock up and you're not doing it, or even a vocal, you're not pitching it, or you fluff a guitar. I've fluffed so many solos on records, and I go, oh, every time it comes by. But it doesn't matter because it had the vibe, and he was just waiting for that, really. So it's just that thing for him.
So even though he's like, his reputation as being this ultimate perfectionist, he didn't necessarily take the perfection.
He didn't, you know. He gets a bad rap, and I think a lot of the people who say that are crap musicians. I think he just knows what he wants, you know. Funny enough, the first thing I did when I joined Def Leppard was the solo in Stage Fright, and it was a one take. It was actually, I didn't realise this, but it was only one take on the record. And you know, he said, take this tape home and play something. So I came in and went, and that was it. So it was right. It's just, but a lot of the time, because it was experimental. So again, a lot of those records were, you was experimenting. You know, like again, the song Love Bite. Mutt came in and it was like a country and western song. You know, obviously he ended up marrying Shania Twain and doing a lot of country stuff with her. You know, he'd co-produce all the records, he'd co-write all the songs. So when he wrote that song pretty much, and when he brought the song to me and Steve Clark, I think he played it on an acoustic guitar, and it was like he sounded like Don Henley. Here's the other thing: Mutt's got a great voice. He sings on all of our stuff. You hear his voices on Highway to Hell. You hear him on Back in Black. You hear him on all the Shania Twain stuff. All the really high stuff on the Bryan Adams songs, that's all Mutt Lange. And again, you know, one take, the guy just nails it in one take. You know, I just remember, I think the last time we worked with him, which was on the Euphoria album, you know, it's late night and, you know, we don't do this anymore, but it was like at 2 o'clock and his eyes are half closed and we're like, okay, Mutt, you're on, your vocals on. And he was like, now take promise. And I just like, whoa, and it sounded, I mean, just amazing. You go, wow, it's perfectly in tune and just the vibe. So it's really about that, and not being scared about it. You know, you've got to be able to just go up to a microphone and go, don't make promise. Yeah, don't be worried if you've got a room full of people. It doesn't really matter. You know, it's fun and it's expression, which is certainly the reason I got into it in the first place. It wasn't really, I didn't really. Yeah, I wanted to be a musician. It was cool. My first gig, I saw Deep Purple, the Machine Head tour, and that was like 1970. I was 14, like I'm 53 next week, so it was a long time ago. My cousin took me, and I saw Richie Blackmore, and the whole he's playing, you know, just the notes he was using, and that was just very different. Something was like, wow. And I got a guitar, but I think what I learned out of it was. You could express yourself. I think, especially being a teenager, sometimes you can't, you know, get what you mean over. So if you've got an instrument or anything artistic, you know, painting, poetry, you get something out there. You've got something in there you just want to get out. And that's why I really think, you know, all joking aside, I do believe the arts, and I think anything, is so important for kids, because when they can't express themselves or can't, you know, get their feelings over, they can express themselves in another way, and it stops them, you know, smashing someone's face in when they're 18 or something. It certainly did with me. It was like, it kind of mellowed me out, and it was an outlet. So it was, yeah, artistic expression, and you hear it thrown about a lot, but it's really cool.
I just.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One more comment.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever watched Seinfeld, but
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so there's an episode where Elaine's dating this guy, and then Desperado comes on the radio, and he just like goes into this alternate universe.
Yeah.
And I just want you to know, for me, that song was hysteria, and I'm sure other people have the same feeling. That song inspired me to learn to play the guitar and actually learn to express myself in ways that I'm still learning. So
wow,
I really appreciate it.
I'll actually go through that. I know you've got some stuff on YouTube as well, right?
Yeah.
Hysteria on YouTube. I'll definitely check that out. But I'm still learning as well. My writing partner and one of my best friends, CJ Vanson, is around somewhere. He's such a scary musician. You know, I go in and I feel pretty embarrassed every time I go in because he's so good. He's like, well, you know, you throw this in, I'll go, well, what's that? And he has to show me. He's so patient. And we've got some great stuff. We're actually starting a record label, which is it's on the drum riser, I think. Muda Music. I don't know if you can see that.
Muda Music.
We're going to have our own record label coming next year, so look out for that. We're going to be doing some of our own stuff. We're going to have other artists on there. We're going to start it off like that. You'll be downloading and just like the return of the album sleeve. Well, then only it'll be digital. So it'll be the whole album concept sleeve and one track at a time. So it's going to be really cool. We're really excited about it. So we're working on that all the time. But yeah, it's great actually being around. I'm learning all the time, you know. And Leland Sklar, who's playing bass tonight, fantastic. Played on every record. Amazing guy.